Lay down on the floor comfortably. Close your eyes. Breathe in deeply through your nose and out through your mouth with a great ha sound. 3 times. Ha. Ha. Imagine your caduceus energy lines illuminated and feeding your energy centers with light. Your heart energy center shines the brightest, and you can feel it radiating out of your body. The darkness behind your eyes fades away to reveal the garden within your mythic landscape that surrounds your home inside. It is dawn, and you can see the dark new moon hanging in the sky to the west, and the sun cresting the horizon in the east. It is a time of perfect balance. Walk into your home and into your alchemy laboratory. There you find your new alchemical apparatus next to your large workstation. The brick chimney is about 3 feet high, and the glass pyramid atop it is about 6 inches tall. At the bottom of the chimney is an ornately decorated arch with columns. Within the arch, you can see the bottom of the black glass funnel that opens into a small vial that is being held up by a metallic stand. You hear a knock at the back door of your alchemy laboratory, the one that leads to the outside. You make your way to the opposite side of the laboratory. When you open the door, standing there is a beautiful woman who is pale and dressed in a gauzy dress. An upturned crescent moon levitates just above her head, and she glows in the half-light. Next to her is a handsomely built man with a ruddy complexion, whose face shines bright as the sun, with visible rays extending around the circumference of his head. The moment you see both of them, you feel as though the heavens have come to meet you. "Good morning," they say in unison. "Good morning," you reply, and you invite them into your laboratory. Sun and moon walk into the main part of your alchemy laboratory. They then turn to you in unison and say, "Dear alchemist, you are at the dawn of a new life. Here in this alchemy laboratory, you will unlock your oversoul and start the process to construct your new belief system. Tell us, from what part of yourself did you react to stressful situations before?" Spend some time now telling them what you wrote about in your journaling exercise. You can even give them an example of one of your more recent life challenges and how you reacted to it. When you are finished telling them about your old paradigm, they look at you and say, "Are you ready to set things right within you?" You answer them, "Now you shall unite the sun and moon within you to reveal your oversoul," they say together. They lead you over to your work table where the vessel of Sol Solace left behind from your dismemberment sits. Next to it is a mortar and pestle filled with gold flakes, and next to that is a beaker full of acid. The moon speaks, saying, "Look at your Sol Solace, my dear one," and you pick up the vessel. It has turned to silver, the metal of the moon. Within the vessel, you can see that the crystals inside have indeed turned to silver. The moon then says, "This silver powder represents your feelings, intuition, and purified emotions. From the ash of your judgments and blame, from the melting away of your persona, from the tears of your past experiences, and from the Sol Solace left behind from your dismemberment, you have only the purest emotions and feelings contained within. These are the healthy emotions that allow you to be led by your highest intuition." The sun then turns to you and says, "In order for your oversoul to appear, you must add the gold, the metal of the sun, to your silver Sol Solace. Spend some time now using the mortar and pestle to grind up these gold flakes into a powder. You do as the sun has requested and stand there for several moments, grinding the gold flakes into a powder." As you pulverize the gold flakes, the sun speaks, saying, "This gold represents your thoughts in perfect alignment and your new thinking patterns that will lead to right response in all situations and good decision making. When you are done, you show the powder to the sun for his approval." "Perfect!" he exclaims. "You are ready." Sun and moon again speak in unison, saying, "Take up your vessel of silver Sol Solace and pour it into the spout on the left of the glass pyramid." You do as they ask, then set the empty vessel back down on your workspace. "Now take up your mortar full of gold and pour it into the spout on the right of the glass pyramid," they say. You do as they request and then set the mortar on your table. "Now take up the beaker of acid and pour it into the spout at the center of the glass pyramid." You again do as they request, setting the beaker down when you are done. They again speak. Within this apparatus, the acid is creating a chemical reaction that combines your sun, gold, and your silver moon. Slowly, at the bottom of the apparatus, you can see glowing red oil dripping into a small vial within the columned archway. It takes several minutes for the vial to fill completely. When it is done, sun and moon exclaim, "It is finished." You move over to the apparatus with sun and moon, and they direct you to pick up the vial. Inside is a beautiful red liquid that glows from its own luminosity. This magical oil will unlock your oversoul, they say, and then instruct you to pour a tiny bit of oil into your hand. They then say, rub the oil into your heart energy center, and you follow their directions. The moon then takes the vial from you, and pouring out a bit of oil, turns to you and says, can I rub this oil over the left side of your body, dear one? You give her permission, and she proceeds to rub the oil onto your left side, starting at the crown of your head and working her way all the way down to the bottom of your left foot. Then the sun takes the vial from the moon and, pouring out a bit of oil, turns to you and says, can I rub this over the right side of your body, dear one? You give him permission, and he proceeds to rub the oil onto your right side. He also starts at the crown of your head and works his way down to the bottom of your right foot. The moment he finishes, a burst of light emanates from your entire body, and a golden key materializes in front of your heart energy center. Sun and moon say, this is the key to your oversoul. Go ahead and grab it. You pluck the key from midair and hold it carefully. As you do so, you see a keyhole at your heart energy center forming in the light that is emanating from your body. It is now time to unlock your oversoul, sun and moon say. You turn the key inward and place it in the lock at your heart energy center. You turn the key towards the right side of your body and feel a click. As soon as the lock is released, the key and hole disappear, and the light around your body grows in intensity. It begins to take on form, as if the light is liquefying and then hardening into the shape of your body. As soon as it is fully formed, it creates an illuminated casing around your entire frame, and then it steps forward, the light casing forming a whole new you before you. This luminescent you turns around, and you are face to face with your oversoul. The experiment is now complete, the sun and moon say. You have done enough work thus far for your oversoul to be unlocked. The oversoul bows before you and smiles a bright, shining smile. The oversoul says, you have done it, and now we can begin the work to become united. Let us sit for a while and speak on all manner of things. I want to share with you what I need in order for you to keep me here. Spend the next 5 minutes or so getting to know your oversoul and what it needs from you in order for it to stay with you through the remainder of your great work. The oversoul will have specific requests about how to conduct yourself from here on out. It may make requests of you to set boundaries, change habits, or any number of things. Sit down in a comfortable place with your oversoul and listen to what it has to say. begin to wrap up your conversation with your Oversoul. Ask it any final questions you may have around what it needs for you to stay in place. Remember, your Oversoul is a delicate creature, and in order for it to stay in place upon you, you must do what it requires. Be sure to ask any clarifying questions you may have in these last several moments. When you are done, the Oversoul stands up and turns around. Then it asks you to walk forward into it, so it can once again be connected to your body. You do as this Oversoul asks, and when you walk into its field, you feel more alive and connected to Source than you ever have in your life. From your heart energy center, you see the lock connecting your physical body to the Oversoul. The sun and moon come forward and give you a great big hug. Then they say, "You have done the most important work of your life tonight, my dear alchemist. We have become united within you, revealing your Oversoul. Take good care of it and do as it has requested. For doing so will be the greatest gift you can give yourself and the world. Goodbye, dear friend. We will see you at the next moon phase to continue your work." The sun and moon then make their way to the back door and you follow, saying one last goodbye to them as they leave the laboratory, move out into the garden, and then disappear into the sky. The luminescence of your Oversoul glitters over the surface of your skin and you feel complete. You take a deep breath and the darkness regains behind your eyes. You feel yourself in this physical space of your reality once again. Slowly open your eyes and be sure to take good care of yourself for the remainder of this moon phase.